Hello everyone and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator with FSEconomy. We are here in Fargo, North Dakota, taking on a job that I saw in the forum that I just could not pass up. We are flying this unfitting Cayman Airways Express de Havilland Otter, Twin Otter. Because it's the only one I could get to work with FSEconomy. For some reason, the other ones were not working. So we are here basically on the edge of the field here in Fargo, North Dakota. And we are about to take off. We are headed for Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it's going to be a very busy airport that we're flying into. I probably should have set the time to a bit later, but if I change it now, it'll screw everything up. So we're just going to kind of have to hope that we can slide in between all the commercial traffic. So with that, let's close our doors, get in the cockpit here. De Havilland Otter is a very nice plane. This one was recommended on the FSE forums and the page. It is an okay model, I will say. Looks like it could use some improvements, but let's get everything set up first. Let's see here. Where's my autopilot settings? I don't know where they are. I don't know where anything is. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of, let's see, that's set to GPS. What do we got here? Here's all of my controls. Taxi panel. Okay. Yokes. Oh, good, we can hide the yokes. That's fine. Kneeboards, ATC window, GPS, so we need that. Oh, it's this one that's really hard to use. Let's just shrink that a little bit, drag it down here. Let's see, where do my lights? Okay, I'm gonna have to use the thing because I can't see. Let's see, we need nav lights on, taxi lights on, beacons and strobes. Anti-ice avionics, all that's good to go. Everything there looks fine. Let's go back to here. Oh, I guess all that stuff's right up here. I guess I could have just went and flicked all that. So, okay, well, whatever. Alrighty, everything is loaded. All the passengers have loaded in correctly. We're going to quickly double back here to the FSEconomy page just to make sure everything is en route. We have 16 passengers aboard. This is going to be a very lucrative flight. Let's turn the yokes back on so we have some dynamics going. And let's start the engines. And while those are starting up, we are going to tune to the weather real quickly. Alrighty. Looks like we are going off runway 18. Whoops, our plane's rolling away. Okay, that all looks good. We are going to request a departure to the east. I'm just going to zoom out real quick. Yep, everything looks good. Turn on the taxi, acknowledge clearance. Alrighty. Throttle forward a little bit. Let's go this way because if we go the other way, we might pass the fuel depot and mess everything up. Alright, so we have 16 people crammed into this airplane. Not sure it'd be the most comfortable flight in the world, but we're going to get it done. We're going to make quite a bit of money, actually. It looks like we're going to have about a $12,000 payday if we can quickly get off the ground here to minimize our rental fees, as we are going to be jetting across. We are going to lose a little bit of money, I think, in the distance bonus. This plane is actually from Canada, somewhere in Ontario, but I believe it's north of where we're going to be, so I don't think we're quite going to get a lucrative distance bonus out of this one. Hopefully we should still remain well into the positive as far as our income goes, because I think each passenger is like $950 a piece, and we've got 16 of them, so you can do the math. So it looks like we're going to be taxiing all the way to the other side of the airport, because of course we are. It's going to be interesting because the Otter is very famous for its ability to do short takeoff and landing, of which these two airports that we are flying between today do not need that at all. We could probably take off 5 or 6 times on the length of runway that we're going to have here. Settings real quick. Yeah, everything looks good. Luckily we're flying VFR. Now we don't have to follow all the commercial rules. Well, okay, we do. But we don't have to do an IFR flight plan. We don't have to check in or anything like that. So it's all good. Pick the parking spot furthest possible away from the runway. I'm just kind of curious. I was seeing this little lever move. So we have hand throttle. We have hand rudder controls. That's kind of cool. And our autopilot stuff is all right here on the yoke. That's different. Different airplane for sure. I kind of wish this was modeled a little bit better, but hey, for freeware, I'm not going to complain. At least it works. 927, that's not the runway we want. Probably should have stopped and asked permission to cross the runway, but it's not smart enough to do that, so it doesn't matter. Alright, I have a feeling that most of this video is actually going to be taken up by us taxiing rather than us actually flying or landing. Look around this aircraft. See, that looks like our flap lever. Is it that? Yes, it is. Got our props and our mixture, our throttle. I kind of like the way that it's the thing's above your head, so you just grab and pull back. Oops, we got turned. Is this runway right here? Yes, it is. Alrighty. Let's hold short, contact the tower.
Fargo, tower, Victor Alpha, Charlie, X-ray Alpha, runway 18, ready for takeoff, east departure. Victor Alpha, Charlie, X-ray Alpha, cleared for takeoff, runway 18, east departure, departure.
not have the best turning ability, I'll say that. That could also be the weight. We are fully loaded, pretty much. We're definitely not full payload capacity, but we do have pretty much all of the seats filled. Alright, let's get her lined up. Come on, line up. There we go. Alright, take that, flip that. Let's go half throttle just to get ourselves rolling. Make sure our altimeters are set correctly. Let's go. Buttery smooth takeoff. Look at that, we didn't even need like half the runway. Flip that GPS unit real quick. Pass over the beautiful suburban Fargo, North Dakota on our way to Minneapolis. Set right. Gotta deflect our view a little bit so we can see our gauges a bit better. Everything looks good. Got about 192 nautical miles to our destination. Those. I have no idea what the service ceiling of this vehicle is, but we've got our altitude set to 12,500 feet. And I'm pretty sure these can actually go that high. I actually don't know, but we'll find out. Frequency change approved. Go to Fargo departure, get our flight following. Okay. We need to acknowledge contact. Cool. Alright, everything looks ship shape. About an hour and a half, and we will be in Minneapolis. We need to see what our speed is, so I need to reduce this ever so slightly. I don't know where to put this. No, we'll put it up here in this corner. Airspeed's holding out 120 knots, that's not bad. And not remember what ceilings were. I don't know. But we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get too turbulent. We don't want our imaginary passengers to be upset. We're basically going to be following I-94, which you can see out our pilot side window, I think. We'll pretty much be following that all the way down to Minneapolis. Except we're going to be going a lot faster than you can go on I-94. I think at this point we are going to speed up time, because I don't have all the time in the world to do this, and the best thing about FSEconomy is that you don't have to have all the time in the world to do this. I know On Air looks really good. I've seen a lot of videos on Air, but the problem is that they do real time. So if you do a flight, you have to wait in real time for it to finish. So, if I did this flight and I did it at like 16 times speed and it took me 15 minutes, I would have to wait a real world hour and a half before I could actually do anything else, at least if my understanding is correct. And I just am not up for that. Alright, it looks like we have chosen to fly directly into the cloud layer, which is not ideal. I don't know what the service ceiling of this particular vehicle is. Let's find out. Oh! Apparently, I am at the service ceiling of this thing, and I see 12,000 feet is actually the 12,500 feet is the ceiling of this aircraft. It actually can't fly any higher than this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. I guess that's if I have oxygen in the cabin, it can go to 25,000 feet. But I don't know if it actually does. I mean, it could, I guess. I'm hauling passengers. I don't know. I don't think it really matters in the long run. All I know is I think I'm going to lower my... Oh, we're flying way too fast. We're burning up lots of gas. We're exceeding the speed of the airframe. There we go. Nice cruise speed. But we are flying like right in the middle of all these clouds, which is not ideal when it comes to not wanting them to throw up. So, I can either go higher or I can go lower. And quite frankly, I do not know what aircraft this is, like if it's pressurized or not. I'm going to assume not, just to make this more interesting. So we're actually going to go down, go to like, let's see if 10,000 feet gets us out of the clouds. Probably get us in the entrainment of the clouds though, which means it could still be bumpy. At least you get to see the scenery. Beautiful land of 10,000 lakes here in Minnesota. Flying straight across. And I think we're going to kick it up another notch. Get that traffic out of here so it's not clogging us up. And we're flying nice and low so you can see the wonderful scenery. Everything looks ship-shape. You can probably actually just nudge the mountains up a little bit. Right? Yeah. Flying about 155 knots. right at the ceiling. Probably could go a little higher. I mean, if this was the pressurized version, I don't think it is, because the sides seem too thin. But it probably is. I don't know. We're just going to fly low just for the fun of it. Okay, we are flying past, I believe this is St. Cloud, as we go right through a cloud. Ooh, very turbulent there. We're starting to get a lot of turbulence now. As we punch straight through some what look to be storm clouds. Wait for traffic to load in. And I think we need to start thinking about how we're going to approach Minneapolis, because I'm expecting a lot of traffic as we're just entering the airspace. A lot of very interestingly named airports up here, that's for sure. Doesn't look like we're actually close enough, which is interesting because of how close we actually are, but that's okay. So we look to be 7 minutes out. We're gonna decrease our altitude a little bit. Get ourselves out of these clouds so we can at least see the ground. Swing time up. Okay, we are starting to get into the greater Minneapolis area. And hoping one of these things could actually let me... Actually, that's Minneapolis straight in front of us. It would be super awesome if they would let me do that. I don't really know what that means, but it looks like I need to do that. There we are. 6. Let's take a look at the weather real quick. actually we are coming in the right way. Something's not right. And I'm saying that's me, it's not right. We're headed at 130. Okay, so yeah, we need to make a little diversion to the right. I see. It's a little concerning that they're only flying in one runway. Okay. This is going to be very interesting because we are flying in. I see two planes. Now we're going to have to somehow. Somehow get ourselves behind the MD-88. Turn ourselves 180 degrees on runway 4, so that's 220. There's a lot of airplanes. I did not do this right. Unfortunately, I have a lot of AI traffic installed, and the detriment of that is that like the default airports in the game actually are only able to use one runway for takeoff and landing. So this airport is literally trying to fly the entirety of Minneapolis's traffic into one runway. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and position ourselves behind everyone and hope that we can slow our pace down enough where we can just kind of fit in. We do need to start turning. Look at all those planes. I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, I think this landing is going to be really good. It's just a matter of if there's a plane there or not. Like we may be able to do this. As long as there's not a plane on the runway. And I also have no idea if there's a plane trying to overtake us either. That would be kind of scary. I don't even have flaps down or anything like that because we have like 1,000,000 miles of runway.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Came in a little too high. Thing with these Otters is you can slam on the flaps. Oh crap, we're falling out of the sky.
Don't sink.
Oof. Okay, that was a horrible landing. I missed the taxiway. Wow, that all went horribly wrong right there at the very end. We just flat fell out of the sky. Well, we managed to sneak our way in there. Alrighty, let's get our taxi underway. Yeah, I kind of knew it was going to be behind us. Whoops. Guess I probably should have waited at the runway, but I knew I would have been stuck there forever, so whoops, broke the immersion there. Let's finish our taxiing to our destination. We're going to let all of our passengers out and take a look at our payday. Overall, it was a very nice flight. I realized I need to modify the airport file for Minneapolis so that I can actually use the airport. Just need to go online and download a new aircraft or airport configuration file, and then it will use the correct runways and slot them properly. It doesn't know how to handle traffic though. It spaces the traffic too close together, and I don't really know how to fix that. Let the little things go. Let's at least try to get it on the mark here. Alrighty. Set the brakes. And let's see what happens. It should. There it goes. Come on, log my flight. Please. Perfect. Okay. Oops, I forgot to set the flaps. There we go. Let's see if I can find a nice little picture here. Yeah, that'll be okay. Alright, there we go. Get the skyline in the background and everything like that. Alrighty, well, we have finished. We have landed here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, after a quick trip over from Fargo, North Dakota, carrying 16 passengers in a de Havilland Twin Otter. Certainly not the ideal vehicle to use, and there we go. Yeah, certainly not the most ideal vehicle to use in this scenario, but hey, it worked. We basically used, a bush plane to fly between two international airports. That's okay. Let's take a look at our FSEconomy real quickly just to make sure everything worked. Restarting. Perfect. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of some of this crap. There we go. Payment logs. Actually, let's go to regular logs. Here we are. Okay, Javelin Twin Otter earned $9,000. What went wrong? Our income was $14,000. Cost per unit. Landing fee, fuel, additional. Wow, the ground crew and the booking fees really killed us on this one. Really surprised by that. Really surprised by that. I'll need to look up how booking fees work. I don't know if that has to do with the airport or if it has to do with the job. So, yeah, $14,000 in income reduced down to around 10. That's a tad bit disappointing. But you know what? We got a full flight out of it. It was a better cost per mile than, say, doing a cross-country flight or something like that for a majority of those. So, it is what it is. We had, for example, I did this flight here in the Albatross. It went from the Christmas Islands to Hawaii, and we can view that one really quickly. And you can see it paid out this much money, but it took me 7 hours to get here. Cost me $1,600 per hour, so I lost $11,000 just in rental fees. So this one I didn't do my math, and it ended up killing me in the end. So we did end up making some money, and we'll take that to our next adventure. So let's get back into here. Flight's taking off, everything going around. We're going to leave this plane here and leave it so that the next person can use it. And I'm going to step out and enjoy some nice Minnesota winter. So I hope you enjoyed the flight. I hope you enjoy these videos. Go ahead and, if you have Flight Simulator X or FS9, FS 2004, FS 2020, X-Plane, 11, 9, or 10, you can use FSEconomy. So go ahead and give it a shot. It really adds a whole different appeal to the game. And we'll see you in the next flight.